Hey guys, what is going on, and welcome back to What Shall We Do Next. I'm Mike, your host, and I hope you guys are having the best day ever. Before I get started, guys, please subscribe if you are new here and you haven't already done that. We're on the road to 150,000 subscribers, and I would love you to join me on this journey. So hit subscribe right now and join the fam. But what's going on, you guys? Welcome back, and today we are doing another episode of Paranormal America. So today, guys, we are on Paranormal America Season 2, Episode 13. Traveling the 50 states of the United States, heading west to east and looking at all the creepy stuff that's happened in each state along the way, which currently brings us to Oklahoma. But before we get started on that, guys, we have to jump right over to, say it with me, guys, Paranormal America. Welcome to Paranormal America, and today we are talking about the Hatchet House. So, the story of the Hatchet House is a spooky urban legend about a street in Oklahoma City where the terrible murder of a young girl is supposed to have occurred. But enough of the jibber jabber, let's jump right over to the story. Hatchet House. There is supposedly a street in Oklahoma City called Carey Place, where, rumor has it, a little girl named Carey was murdered, and to this day, late at night, you can see her ghost walking around or playing in the backyard. The story begins in the late 1950s, when little Carey stayed after school one evening to play on the swings. While playing there alone, she was spotted by a crazed man who was carrying an axe. He approached the little girl, but she managed to escape the insane man's evil clutches and ran down the street screaming for help. The little girl ran from house to house, pounding on the doors and windows and begging people inside to help her. Unfortunately, the residents were all too terrified to open their doors for the little girl, and the axe-wielding murderer chased her down and caught her just as she reached her own house. On her front porch, little Carey was murdered by the man with the hatchet. The killer chopped up her body and stuffed her remains into a big flower pot that stood outside her front door. According to the legend, the white porch of little Carey's house was completely covered in blood, and no matter how many times her parents washed and scrubbed it, the stains could not be removed. To add to the spookiness, little Carey's body parts are said to be buried in the backyard of the Hatchet House, and the neighborhood was renamed Carey Place in her memory. But shortly after the murder, something strange happened to every house on the block where the residents had ignored Carey's desperate plea for help as she fled from her killer. The people in those houses woke up one morning to find that their front porches had been painted red. People say that the porches were painted red by the ghost of little Carey as a mark of their guilt in the girl's death. Today, people who have driven by the house in the daytime say the area has an odd, creepy feeling, and the windows of the Hatchet House have carvings in the shutters in the shape of hatchets. They also say the school swing set has been seen swinging on its own ever since. People have even reported hearing the haunting screams of the young girl echoing in the moonlit street. Every Halloween, local children flock to the historic district of Carey's Place, trying to find the notorious house where the hatchet cutouts on its shutters. They go from door to door trick-or-treating, but when people open their doors, instead of saying trick or treat, the kids ask, "Can little Carey come out to play?" And that is the end of that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little spooky story. It's kind of creepy, but it's also very, very sad and kind of disturbing. But let me know in the comment section for question of the day, guys. Do you believe this is a true story, or do you believe it's just an urban legend? That is question of the day. Magic 8 Ball! Is little Carey's ghost in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, real? Yes, definitely. And as you guys know, I like to poison your heads with powerful knowledge so that y'all don't have to go to school anymore. And today's random fact of the day is, did you know the longest wedding veil was the same length as 63.5 football fields? Holy mother of goodness gracious me. The more you know, huh? And guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you slap a like on it. Let's see if we can go for 10 billion likes on this video. I would really appreciate that. Guys, I just want to take this moment to say a very big thank you to my tier 3 patrons who are supporting me. So thank you to Jay Aragon, Ashley Brooke, Michael Serbach, and Jessica Fiddler. Thank you guys so much. And I also want to give a very special shout out to my tier 4 patrons, Kylie Ann and Angel Rodriguez. Woo! Thank you guys so much for supporting me. It really means a lot to me for all of your guys' help. And if you guys are still watching right now, go look in the bottom of the description for the secret comment code. But don't tell anyone, it's a secret. I want you guys to take that code, put it in the comment section. It proves to me that you watched the video till the very end and you found it. But thank you guys for watching. I love you all, and remember the most important thing, chase your dreams, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. She had told her friends that he had torn her heart to pieces, and if she couldn't be with Mac, she would rather be dead. One evening, she forced Mac to drive her home from school. She told him she was miserable and wanted to die. He thought it was a joke at first, but then he realized she was serious. She must have been out of her mind. She told him that if he loved her, he would do it. He tried to ignore her, but she wouldn't leave him alone. Every day she worked on him, pressuring and begging him and nagging until he finally gave in and agreed to do it. Betty gave him a shotgun, and Mac bought some shotgun shells at a store. That night, they drove out to a pond. On the way, she was cheerful and chatted about how happy she was going to be when she was dead. They parked on the side of the road, and they walked down to the pond. Then, they just stood there, in the darkness. "Give me a kiss to remember you by," Mac whispered.